Welcome to a Leading Business Elixir, the place to be for bold and powerful woman leaders. My name is Marta Duda and I am your host. The aim of the podcast is to inspire you with timeless wisdom, transformational stories, and profitable business tips so you can define and act on your unique why without fear of failure. I am honored to share with you experience and knowledge from our today guest. Our teacher for today is Adriana Steinwedel. She is teaching special education and selling insurance to coaching. Adriana has been about helping people all of her adult life. After being diagnosed with diabetes, she researched ways to lower your blood sugar. Now she is helping others to optimize their blood sugar levels so that they don't even get diagnosed with diabetes. Thank you for coming to us today, Adriana. Hi and hello to you. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
That will be awesome conversation, and you will not only talk about health for our businesswoman, but you will share also alternative methods of helping us to tweak our lives, to transform our businesses. So I'm so excited. That will be incredible topic. So having said that, what is your message you would like to share with us today, my dear?
Well, I know the women that are listening to your podcast are very high powered, high energy, high successful women. And I want to let them know that they need to take care of their health so that they can continue to bring their gifts to the world. Because if you get sick, you really can't help your tribe and your clients. So it's very important to take care of your health. And I like to do it as naturally as possible. Uh, and I know stress is a big factor with people in business, and there are lots of ways to help with stress. And
Mhm.
I'm going to be talking about a number of different alternative ways that you can use to help keep your health up.
So thank you for that. That will be incredible, and I believe it's so important those days that we can't be sure that the medicine will get us on a feet once again. So why these alternative methods are so important from your perspective, Adrian?
Well, one, I try to use as few medicines as possible. Um, I do, and the medicines don't necessarily cure things, they just help with your symptoms. And when you work alternatively, you might actually be able to cure your problems and not have to take the medicine, because one medicine tends to lead to the next. And
Oh
we
wow,
don't want to be
that's
taking
huge.
medicine after medicine.
That's huge, and we might get ill on something different while taking those medicine, which is yeah, I believe we just have to be very, very careful. And having said that, if you don't mind sharing, um, what alternative steps, modalities healing you are using to help your clients?
Okay, well, I use a variety of modalities. I use EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, which some people call tapping. And I use NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and I use hypnosis, meditation, and I also use some healing, um, energetic healing modalities. One of which is core talk, another is called awareness dynamics, or awakening dynamics, rather. Sorry about that. And all these come together with some practical information on, what you can do, physically, and, um, with your food choices, and, your daily habits that will help with this as well.
Mm-hmm. So, how does it work? Is it something they need to use on a daily basis? Because the stress is on is there all the time. And I believe it's one of the triggers of diabetes. So the cortisol, the stress, the insulin, and it's just there's a lot of them. So from your perspective, is it good to do it like on a daily basis, more than one? How does this process looks like, if you don't mind sharing with us?
Okay. Well, normally I do group coaching, small group coaching, because I think the combination of people and different people's experiences help with everybody. And, there's a dynamic there that really encourages people to take the steps that I teach them. And some of the things you will want to do every day, but it's also, you have to take to change habits, you need to take small steps. So you want to take it a little bit at a time, and change those habits, and eventually you will be doing a number of different things every day. And some things only have to be done occasionally, um, when the time is right.
So from what I hear, it just depends. A lot of it depends from how bad our symptoms are and how do we feel. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. And there are some habits that everyone ought to do every day, but we've got to work into them. So we don't want to
Oh yeah,
pile on a whole bunch of stuff at once. You're already doing too much as it is.
right. That's huge. I would like to go a bit deeper in here. So I've got like an image on front of me now. I've got a very busy lady. She's running there and about. And believe or not, but the debate is it's not only for the age over 50. It's most of the time it's even sooner than that. Mm, and if we can see that this woman on everyday tasks, being busy all the time, what can she do to prevent um, how when their health will go even worse and worse? Is there something when she's stressed, um, not to trigger the illness later? Is there something we can do, Adriana, on a daily basis for ourselves?
Oh, definitely. Um, and when you're feeling stressed, it might be good to just stop and take a breath. Breathing is very important. And if you just stop and take a breath sometimes, and take a pause and give yourself a minute, before going on to the next thing. That really helps your body. And people just don't take the time to do that. Now, if you have time to meditate, that's an even, another thing you can do. And you could meditate for a minute or 5 minutes or 20 minutes. It depends, you have to fit it in. One thing you can do is fit that into your lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be an hour or 2 hours or anything like that. It can be as little as a minute, and it just helps reset your body.
Now that's very important. I will share with you and also with our listeners a very simple exercise, and you've mentioned about it as well, but I do teach my clients as well. So let's go. What I am asking them to do, it's every 2 or 3 or even 4 hours, depends how our day is going. Set the alarm and just sit for a minute or two. I'm telling them to sit for 3 minutes. Just sit down. They don't have to anything. I mean, breathing, meditating, nothing. They are just sitting, doing just sitting, and listen to whatever they desire or they hear. It could be listening to their heart, to their soul, intuition, the sounds in the house, outside. I love what you've just said, which is just stop. So simple but so powerful. And
And
from what yes,
here's another little exercise that
please,
I
yes.
actually learned recently, that especially if you sit at your desk all day, set an alarm, and there are apps for this if you want to do it that way, but set your alarm for every 20 minutes. And every 20 minutes, get up from your desk, just stand up for a minute. And it doesn't even have to be a minute, it could be 30 seconds. But, you know, they've done a study where people who exercise in the morning, walk at noon, exercise at night, versus people, but the rest of the day they're sitting down at their computers all day long. The people who don't exercise but get up every 20 minutes and just raise their body and sit right back down are in better health.
Here you
So
go.
that's a practice I'm incorporating into my life.
Nothing, yeah, nothing very complicated. It's just
No,
about being conscious that our body uh, needs a break. We hasn't been designed to sit by the desk for 8 hours.
right. Or 10 or 12.
Yeah, plus traffic and commuting. That's so important that you are educating people, and I can't express myself how important that is. So, ladies and gentlemen, do something before it's not too late. Look after yourself, and we are in here to share the wisdom with you how to do it with very simple tips. Um, let's start even after this episode. So huge and so simple. Our body needs that. So, in terms of the your topic you specialize in, if there are anybody suffering from diabetes, has been diagnosed or having symptoms, maybe there is somebody from their family having that. It could be different things which actually cause the illness. What will be the first step you will recommend, Adriana, for them to do?
Okay. Well, if somebody is concerned about their blood sugar and possibly getting diabetes because they do have a family history, of diabetes, and maybe they've got a sweet tooth that they can't seem to shake, the first thing I would recommend
You know,
is
sorry, let me just stop you there. Are you saying sweet tooth? So it doesn't have to be somebody who is really ill,
no.
isn't it? Because we are sometimes, even myself, during a day, I do crave sometimes something, I don't know, maybe sweet. So I will love this insight of yours. So it's not only people who might be diagnosed with that. So that's huge. That's
Oh
huge.
yeah, this is almost more for people who don't want to get diabetes,
All right.
who might be on the path towards there, because
Yeah,
diabetes starts way before you end up being diagnosed with diabetes, and
that's
it
right.
does a lot of damage. And there are some doctors who, even if you are told you're pre-diabetic or have metabolic syndrome, that and don't worry about it, it's like, yeah, worry about it. Get something done so you
Yeah.
can lower your blood sugar and keep it low. And so what I teach people, one of the things I teach is to how to properly test your blood sugar, not just first thing in the morning, but after you've eaten. There's a whole series to do for about a week to see how high your blood sugar goes after you eat, because it will go up, but how much it will go up is another question. And it's more important to know, even if your blood sugar is good in the morning, if it goes up way high after you eat, that's not a good sign. Um,
Some of us are waking up with the high sugar in the morning without
well,
eating
that's true
anything.
too.
So that's
And
that's huge as well. So right, okay. So the first step will be just have a look if this sweet tooth during a day relates to one of the diabetes symptoms.
right.
Hmm. So we can definitely do it. Will you recommend some kind of measurements, like a tool, or do we have to go to our surgery or GP to the doctor to do it?
No, you can buy kits right out over the counter in the drugstore, but most of those you do have to prick your finger, and some people don't like that, especially for a week when you're doing it an awful lot. Um, there there are continuous blood sugar monitors. One of them is called the Freestyle Libra, um, but a doctor has to prescribe it, and you can talk to your doctor and say, look, I don't have diabetes, but I want to monitor this because I have the family history and I like sweets and I don't want to get diabetes. And they can prescribe it. Chances are, though, you're going to have to pay for it. So just know that, but you can try one. A monitor lasts for like 14 days. And in those 14 days, you can see what your blood sugar is doing. And you
Yeah.
don't have to
Mhm.
buy, when you buy one, you don't have to buy their monitor. If you've got I believe I know um, if you've got a iPhone, there's an app for it on there, and they probably have one for Android at this point, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, they are saying that there is app for everything now. Yeah, so I bet that's huge. So thank you for that, because I think this illness is just one of the most important, the biggest one, and quite a lot of people suffers from it. It's very hidden, but we can actually check it out before. So the
Right,
sooner we will do it, the better, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah. Okay. So if there's somebody, um, dear Adriana, would like to contact yourself with some additional thoughts, questions, or just have a chat, what would be the best contact we can give them.
Okay. There's my email is adrianasmind@gmail.com. So that's ADRIANASMIND And you could also text me at 408-642-0897. So
Okay.
those are two good ways to contact me.
That's incredible. Thank you for that. I will definitely link those details and more into the description of today's episode, so you can then connect with today's guest. Thank you, my dear, for your wisdom, for your mission, for helping us and be a bold and purposeful woman.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed being on here. You're a great interviewer.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. So, just to wrap up for today episode, any last words, Adriana, for our listeners?
Uh, Take care of your body, take care of yourself. You can't help anyone else if you're ill. So be well and remember to
Wow,
breathe.
that's amazing. That amazing. I felt that very deeply. Fantastic. Thank you for this remarkable meeting. Thank you for being with us. And my name is Marta Duda. I was your host for today's topic. The aim of this podcast is to inspire you with timeless wisdom, transformational stories, and profitable business tips so you can define and act on your why without fear of failure. I can't wait for the next episode. Hope to see you soon. Enjoy your day.